Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, December 14th, 2012. Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off first with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you're going to see here is that futures are trading higher by 1.5 points at the moment. It's around the 1419, 1420 level, flip-flopping a quarter point in between here. So again, futures are ticking up just ever so slightly. The U.S. dollar index is up by 2 pennies, so we don't see really any disparity there. But again, basically a flat market to start the day. Today's a Friday. We generally look for a flat to maybe slightly positive market on Friday. That's usually the bias. But again, you never know what can happen out there. A couple of things to go over quickly. Just some news events real fast that are happening. What you want to know about this morning is that we will have a lot of economic data hit the wire in about 10 more minutes. I believe you get U.S. CPI index is due at 8:30 in the morning. I believe also at around 9 o'clock you get preliminary U.S. PMI, and we'll see that at 9 a.m. I also believe at 9:15 we get U.S. industrial production. So, I mean, you're going to get hit with a flood of economic news. Now, are these market-moving events? Possibly. So, you're going to have to watch the dollar. If the dollar goes down, the market goes up. The dollar goes up, most likely the stock market's going to go down. Okay, so that's what we have to watch out for going forward. There's a lot of chatter out here this morning from the Federal Reserve. You have different Fed presidents saying different stuff here. Again, don't pay any mind to that stuff. The bottom line is Bernanke runs the show. And that's the only Fed person that you need to listen to. The rest of this gibberish is just trying to give the Fed, some more credibility that they're, an organization that is transparent and they discuss things going forward. But the real boss in charge there is still Ben Bernanke, and that's, but the bottom line. A couple of other things. Europe is definitely a little bit on the weaker side this morning. The European markets are basically flat for the most part. The German DAX is up about 0.1%. France is down 0.1%. Italy and Spain are basically flat. So again, we can't make too much out of that this morning, but keep an eye on the dollar. If the dollar does start to rise, I think that the European markets could come under some pressure. But again, it is a Friday. We'll see how the market plays out overall. Now, last night's big news with the Fiscal cliff meeting between John Boehner and President Obama. Nothing really came out of that, just more hype. So just watch for more of that. They're going to try and keep the markets propped up, saying these guys are having meetings and, they're closer to a deal, they're not closer to a deal. Who really cares at this stage of the game? Just watch the market. That'll tell us what to do. Any Fiscal cliff deal really is just a short-term rally anyway, nothing more than that. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's take a look at some other things in the market here. We're going to start off with gold first. Spot gold is trading up $1. It was crushed yesterday, down over 20 bucks. Today it's trading up $1 to $1,698 an ounce. Take a look at the GLD this morning. You'll see the GLD is right at 164.27. Yesterday it closed at 164.37. So it's really 10 cents lower than yesterday's close, basically in the same position. But again, if the dollar gets any kind of a bid, I think we could see lower gold and vice versa. Gold has been really struggling at these levels. Now, on the flip side, oil is trading higher today. It looks like light sweet crude is up 65 cents to $86.56 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO. The USO is trading up a little bit today. Was up even a little bit more, but right now at 31.61. Closed at 31.58, so it has pulled back a little bit, but it was up higher a little earlier. So we'll see how this plays out going forward. Again, oil and gold both usually trade inverse to the dollar, but not always and not recently. So we'll have to see exactly how this all shakes out and plays out going forward. But that's what we're looking at least at the moment before the opening bell. And right now it's only 8:23 in the morning. A couple of stocks out here. I don't see all that many. I'm still scrolling the ticker here to see some other ones that are standing out to me. But one is Adobe Systems. ADBE is the ticker. You guys know it. Adobe right now catching a pretty good bid to around $37.40. I would not be buying this stock up here. The stock should hit very, very good resistance. I'm going to say around the $38 level. You can see that's where it kind of went earlier. So I'm going to say anywhere around 38, maybe a little bit higher than 38. The stock could be hitting very, very good resistance. When I pull this up on a bigger time frame, though, I did come up with $39, also $40.32. So those would be probably your upside, max upside moves on this stock if it can get up there. I think it's a fade candidate at those levels, $39.04, $40, maybe even 38 is not a bad area either. But I think if the markets could get a bid, you probably get this thing around $39.04 to $40. I think, well, those are two levels. $39.04 is one level, $40.32 is another level. I think both can be shorted at that area. I'm not even sure it's going to get up there, but this is overdone. It's a weak gap up, so Adobe could be a fade up at those areas. But again, you probably want to wait for $39.04 to give it a shot on the downside, or $40.32. Those would be your best bets. Let's take a look at Verifone, excuse me, Verifone Systems. This one right now is selling off today. Closed at 33.23. The stock right now is trading at 30.57. You see it down here. Pretty good decline. What I'm thinking on this one is that the stock probably is going to go to 29.85. Traders can look for a little bit of support there. It's a strong gap today, so this is likely to go lower. So you're going to look at $29.85, and then you're going to look at $29, maybe even a pierce of a few pennies of $29. So maybe $28.95 or $28.97, somewhere there. But $29.85 and $28.97. Watch those two levels. They could give you short-term bounces. Ultimately, though, this is a strong gap, so it can go down there and it can sell off. And right now, it's a pretty good decline considering where this thing closed yesterday, right around the $33, above 33 bucks. So a good little fall. Watch those levels for support. Let's take a look at Schlumberger. SLB is the ticker symbol. This stock closed yesterday at $72.56. Today it's getting hammered down. Nice little sell-off. This is also a pretty strong gap down too. So a lot of things are selling off today, at least before the opening bell. Traders could watch for a little bit of support if it gets down to this level. I'm going to say around, well, there's some minor support at 71. So you keep that. You can see it's bounced there already. That's not the greatest area since it's already been penetrated. Could also watch for some minor support around 70.19, 69.41, and 68.54, and then it's down to double bottom all the way from the November lows, which would be around $66.90. So you could get some little bounce areas, I think, out of Schlumberger as long as the markets don't crater. But this one should be headed a lot lower, and ultimately I think it probably could be headed back to the double bottom. So don't rule that out going forward. Okay, that's pretty much it on my list here this morning. I did see a few other movers, not that great with the volume. It looks like there's going to be a Facebook lockup. It doesn't seem like Facebook is doing anything today so far. So I'm not really seeing all that much out there from the tape that's coming across my screen. So we'll just see how this plays out this morning. Again, watch the economic data that will be released in about 2 more minutes. It could be a little bit of a market mover in both directions. I have no idea which way it goes, and I don't care what the data is. I only care about the reaction in the stock market, and that's all traders seem to worry about. Never ever worry about what they say or what they do. Who could ever put that together, and who could actually believe it? So you always watch the reaction in the stock market going forward. Okay. With that said, everybody, we'll see what that 8 o'clock, 8:30 data does. But have a great morning, great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care, everyone.